There's so much out there there's so much in the world as far as art goes that never gets seen by the general public, simply because of the way that the world's created. Creativity and art is kind of pushed aside. You have to get the 9 to 5 in order to pay the bills. If you follow your dream, then you're gonna be broke. So that's kind of what I see. Starving artist is a term that I used to hear growing up and didn't really know what it meant. It used to just be funny. I used just to see a cartoon with a guitar or the hat on the street playing for money. Starving art.
Well, my name's Patrick. I lived in Gastonia for 26 years. I recently, about a year and a half ago, started getting into spray painting and art a lot more. I always kind of did it as a kid growing up and stuff, but got a lot more dedicated and serious about it about a year ago.
Right.
And I mainly like to do like abstract and propaganda stuff and just a little bit of everything.
Okay. Why spray paint as opposed to
I never really growing up worked a lot with spray paint. I was always like say stuff, drawing and acrylic and pastels and stuff. But started watching a lot of stuff on YouTube, other people spray painting and that kind of thing, and just sparked an interest in it, and just really went from there. Most of the stuff up here, a good bit of it is propagandish. For instance, like this piece right here, nuclear clouds and the soldiers, and 2 bombs up here, as if like war to me is a ridiculous process, because in the end there's really no winner of war. It's just who can outlast the other party. So in this painting I kind of tried to capture that aspect, meaning you have 2 soldiers, you have 2 bombs, one for each. It doesn't matter really the outcome. It's loss of life is, in my opinion, ridiculous when it comes to war and stuff like that.
Right.
But Joker piece.
Nice.
Love that. Yeah. I mean, it's an expensive hobby. I mean, spray painting. You can pay anywhere from like $1 to like $6 and $7 for a can. So I mean, it does get very costly. But just always wanting to go forward with the ideas that keep creating, keep doing stuff, and just not giving up. I mean, most of my paintings I'll sell at cost. I'll sell stuff around $20-$25 a painting, just not only to get my name out there, but also to have the money to keep creating. So.
What's kind of like your process? Do you come straight in here and?
There's days where I'll put a canvas down and I'll just kind of pace back and forth for like 30-45 minutes until like an idea comes to mind. But I think a lot before I start painting. I think I try to envision what the piece is going to look like when it's finished. So I kind of use that kind of train of thought to always have an idea of what you're going into. But then sometimes it's fun to just start spraying and just see what happens.
Right. And you do it all in here?
Yeah, everything I do in here. Now, some of the stenciling and stuff, I'll cut my own stencils out like in the house or whatever. But once I cut those out, I'll take a little break and then come out here and I'll do a test spray on like a piece of cardboard just to see how it's going to come out. And then it just gets strictly, right from there, applied to the canvas.
Awesome.
I use a lot of masking tape for a lot of my line work and stuff. And it's really fun because you think tape, you just think to hold something up. You don't really think of tape as a way of using it as a stencil in itself.
Right.
Yeah, there's this festival that up at Gaston College they do, and it's called the Cotton Gin. It's like, you know, all the crafty, you know, old ladies out there with their knitting and crocheting and stuff, you know, and I was like, you know, why not? It's handmade, it meets the criteria, you know, so I went out there last year, and I mean, I sold 2 paintings. A buddy of mine came by and he was like, you know, yeah, I like that,
Right.
you know. But for me, it was just the experience of getting it out there, getting people's reaction. That's the fun part of being an artist, because,
Right.
I mean, you can sit at home all day and paint, but if you don't have that, you know, that drive to want to know what other people think, then you're painting to please yourself in a sense, you know.
Right.
You know. So we went out to the cotton gin. I mean, some people dug it, some people didn't understand it, and some people just looked at it and just kept walking.
Right.
That's fine, you know, because
Yeah.
like for me, as long as if you see one of my paintings and it puts a thought in your mind of like, wow, I wonder what he was thinking, what does this mean? Like, as long as something that I create produces a thought in your mind, then my mission's accomplished.